Whenever couples first talk to me about a wedding in Mallorca, the conversation nearly always starts in the same place: the venue, the flowers, the food, the views, and of course, the photographs, the ones they hope to look back on for years. All of that matters. But after planning weddings here for many years, I've noticed something. None of those things are what couples actually tell me about afterwards. What they remember is how the day felt, whether they were truly present with the people they love, or whether they spent it quietly worrying about what came next. And what their guests remember is simpler still, whether they felt looked after. So today I don't want to talk about beautiful details. I want to talk about the thing underneath them, the thing that decides whether your wedding day belongs to you or to the logistics. Because that feeling of calm isn't luck, and it isn't something you can buy at the last minute. It comes from decisions made early by someone who knows this island from the inside. When people hear the word luxury, they usually picture expensive things. For me, it means something quieter. Luxury is not having to think about anything on the day. It's the feeling that everything is already handled, that you can sit down, look around, and simply be there. No waiting, no uncertainty, no moment where you suddenly realize something isn't working and wonder who's going to fix it. The best thing a guest has ever said to me wasn't that the wedding looked beautiful. It was that the whole day felt calm, that nothing ever felt rushed or unsure. That calm is what we plan for, long before anyone arrives. Everything I plan comes back to 3 questions: how your guests eat together, how the day moves from one moment to the next, and who is quietly making sure it all holds. Most couples never think about these 3 things directly, but together they decide whether the day feels effortless to you or exhausting. Let me take them one at a time. Let's start with dining. Most couples choose a menu by asking, "What would we like to eat?" I tend to start somewhere else. How do you want your guests to feel around the table? Because the food isn't only about taste. The way it's served shapes how people talk, how they move, how relaxed the room becomes. It quietly sets the tone for the whole evening, and it's one of the first things worth thinking through, not one of the last. Before we go on, if you're planning a wedding in Mallorca, or you simply like understanding how these days really come together, do subscribe. Each week I share one honest piece of how destination weddings work here, the practical side, and the things most couples only discover once it's too late to change them. A plated dinner is elegant, and many couples love it, but that elegance depends on timing you never see. Every plate arriving together, every person serving knowing exactly where to be. If it's done well, you don't notice any of it. You just feel the rhythm of a calm, unhurried evening. That's the difference between food being served and a table that feels genuinely looked after. Other couples prefer sharing-style dining, not because it's fashionable, because it's warm. People start passing dishes to one another. They talk more, they laugh more. The room loosens without losing any of its quality. It's simply a different kind of comfort. Neither is better. It depends on the feeling you want your guests to leave with. So there's no correct answer here. The real question is whether your dining choice supports the atmosphere you actually want, relaxed or refined or something in between. Your table should reflect the two of you, not the current trend. That's the kind of decision it helps to make with someone who's watched hundreds of these evenings unfold. The second question is flow, how the day moves. The weddings that feel calm are the ones where guests never have to wonder what's happening next. They move naturally from one moment to the next, and every step feels like it simply belongs. You don't feel managed, you feel carried. That's what we're really planning when we plan the timeline. In Mallorca, this matters more than almost anywhere. The island changes in the late afternoon. The light softens, the heat drops, the whole mood shifts. If you leave that shift to chance, guests feel a gap, a moment where the day seems to pause and no one's quite sure what to do. So we plan for it deliberately. A change of pace, a change of drink, a gentle handover from afternoon into evening. Done well, your guests never feel two separate events. They feel one continuous day that simply carries them along. The same is true of drinks. Most people think of them as something you just keep topped up. I think of them as part of the rhythm. A welcome drink settles arriving guests and builds a little anticipation. Wine belongs to dinner. Something different again lifts the evening. None of this is complicated, but it's the sort of thing that makes guests feel quietly looked after without ever knowing why. The third question is the one couples almost never think about, and it's the one that decides whether the other two hold. Who is actually holding the day together? Power, transport, staffing, timings, the plan for when something doesn't go to plan. None of it is glamorous, but this is exactly the part you don't want to be managing yourselves. From abroad, on the morning of your wedding, the calmer a day looks from where you're standing, the more someone has quietly taken off your plate. A question I'm often asked: is it better to invite more guests or to do something more considered for fewer? There's no rule, but one thing holds true. A smaller guest list lets you look after each person more fully. Everyone feels the attention. Sometimes the more premium choice isn't spending more, it's focusing on fewer people and doing it properly. This matters especially in the historic fincas so many couples fall in love with. They're breathtaking, but they were never built to host a modern celebration. There's often no proper kitchen, limited power, tight access. None of that has to be your problem. It becomes ours, quietly before you ever arrive. You get to enjoy a place that feels timeless. Someone on the ground makes sure it actually works on the day. That's the whole point of having local hands on it. Couples sometimes ask what a wedding planner really does. Honestly, this is the closest answer. Hundreds of small decisions, most of which you'll never see. My job isn't to hand you a list of suppliers and wish you luck. It's to hold all the moving parts together so you don't have to, so that from where you stand, it simply feels calm. And this is where it all comes together. When the table feels warm, when the day carries your guests naturally from one moment to the next, when someone trustworthy is holding everything behind the scenes. You stop noticing any of the planning at all. There's nothing to manage, nothing to check, nothing to worry about. There's just the day and the people you're sharing it with. In the end, that's what I'm really planning for. Not simply a beautiful wedding. A day where you never once have to think about how it's all working. A day where you're completely present with the people you love in a place that feels like it was made for it, because someone who knows this island is holding the details for you. That's what calm really means on a wedding day. Not perfection for its own sake, just the freedom to be fully there. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Mallorca Edit. In the next one, we'll look at another part of planning a wedding here. One more decision that quietly shapes how the whole day feels. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.